Welcome back, everybody. The next session of Reditus. We're going to do a recap from last week, which was episode 50. Amazing. As the group settled in for the night at Gar's campsite, Darius had his first real conversation with his patron, Demantrum. After initial first conflict, Demantrum calmed down and explained a little of how the Silverstrums got to where they are. He explained a previous deal that had gone awry with Magnus, and because of this, he was sealed within the bloodline of Magnus. The actions of the ATLADS had freed him, able to communicate with Darius, and now, because of the return of the part of the Fey Forest through Mastos, he had gained more power and was able to connect to the other 4 children that Darius was aware of that was with him in the testing school. A total of 6 experimental babies were part of this project that he deemed to be failed, and so Magnus had set fire to the school, assuming that the children and the caretaker were dead. However, the caretaker had saved the kids. He had explained that the leader of the 3 other children, Arlene, was protecting them and guiding them down to track Magnus on Luxor, a different part of the mainland. While this was all going on, Jak had noticed a strange figure just outside the site of the campfire and went to go check it out. Finding Lego perched up in a tree watching over the group, and he had a chat, watching them have a chat with Gar. Lego explained a few things to Jak, answered some of his questions, and the group refused Gar's offer to set up a comfortable place for the night, and he took off with Lego. The group awoke and headed towards the Katurva hold. Along the way, they found a campsite with some tracks, confirming that the human that they were tracking did indeed go this way. Then they found a giant bear corpse that had seemed to be destroyed from within. No slashes or cuts on the body, but the bones and internal organs broken and smashed. Footprints of a large horse and a tiny humanoid marked the area. The group finally reached the Katurva hold, and after some investigation, figured out the locking mechanism was triggered by magic, and they gained entry. As the door opened, energy rushed out and brought nearby corpses back to life. The group dispatched them fairly quickly and got ready to enter the hold. In the distance, Jak noticed something shining and coming towards him. He and Dana cautiously made their way down the hill to intercept. As they got closer, they seen a massive shining silver horse made of bladed metal sitting on a tiny cloaked figure. The figure slightly raises his head, and Jak sees the eyes of a gnome staring back. We'll be right back to see what happens next.
Through shattered lands and broken sky, the keys ignite, the lost must rise. Bound by fate, by blood, by steel, a world forgotten, a truth concealed. A.T.L.A.S forged in flame and dust, a heart of gears, a soul to trust. Jak the hunter, silent, keen, the shadows wrath, the watcher unseen. Darius speaks with silver tongue, a tale half truth, a song unsung. Mastos walks where wild winds call upon, to earth, to beast, to all. A.T.L.A.S rise, the night is long, through fate and fire standing strong. His awakened shadows call, one by one the mighty fall. The mighty fall.
All right. So, as we left off, as you guys had opened up the door, Snake Mouse had started slithering down to find a darkened room with some desks and papers on the floor. Jak outside as you approach, and you see this gnome raise her eyes and look towards you. There's a moment of silence and stillness.
Oh!
And finally, the gnome speaks.
Knew it!
That's a person I don't know.
It's a woman now?
That's Felix.
I know that's Felix. No, I don't know that.
And the gnome speaks.
but
Jak? Darius? What are you guys doing here?
I'm technically not there.
Ha!
That's a nice metal horse you got there, Felix.
Oh, thanks. Actually, these were back in Memoria City. I guess you guys just didn't see them on your way out.
Nope, we like to walk everywhere.
Yeah, using this auto horse is actually a lot faster for getting around.
Oh, wait a minute. And Jak's going to throw his hands up in the air. Check this out. and he's gonna put his hands together for a second, and he's gonna hold his hands out, and Reen's just gonna reappear, and Felix is now gonna see a much larger Reen with big old wings on her, and she's gonna just lightning affinity and just appear right in front of him.
Yeah, she operates. You see these two big legs are boom, boom, boom. She thrusts her wings out to display and kind of rocks her neck around and leans out towards you, rah, baring her big teeth. You can see the sides of her mouth just curving up to a big smile.
Wow, that's amazing. When did all this happen?
A few days ago. You know how it is. We had to fight another Drake Warden, or what I thought was a Drake Warden, but they had a dragon, and I chased her down, and then I got accused of murder, and they said it was Reen, but Reen was really small, and just as we were proving herself, Reen got really big, so it was really sketchy there for a minute, but she's big now.
That's incredible. So sorry, DM, just to confirm, it's just Jak. The others are not here.
So you're at the bottom of a sort of a small rocky hill right now, and Jak and a female you don't recognize is standing behind him with their bow drawn. And at the top of the hill, you can just see kind of the back of Darius standing at the top of the hill.
Who's this traveling with you, Jak?
This is Dana. I actually had a vision about her the other night, and she's a Drake Warden, just like me. So we came to help her.
Yeah, these fellas here, they came to help me. I found myself in a little bit of trouble, but Jak's been pretty good to me so far.
Oh, what are you guys out here for? What are you hoping to accomplish in these woods?
Well, when we found Dana, she had mentioned a hooded figure saved her because Villian and Sunak, some ruffians we've ran into, tried to kill her, and they successfully, and Jak, his head kind of falls for a second, and they did successfully kill her Drake. So we were coming out to try to stop that. But now we're trying to find the man that saved Dana.
He's a hero to me. We gotta help him, make sure he's okay. That Villian had a dragon, small dragon. I hope he's okay. I feel responsible. He wouldn't be in danger if he didn't come to help me.
A hooded figure? That's a pretty vague description. You got anything else?
Well, it was brown, like a brown cloak, and had a hood up. I did see his face, but it was nighttime. I think if I seen him again, I'd recognize him.
Oh, that's so interesting. And Felix, you see this metallic horse, kind of the back kind of modify and open as Felix kind of hops out and lands on the ground and stands up and says, I just saw a guy in a brown robe recently, but he was actually being attacked by a bear somewhere back that way over there. I helped him out, but I'm not really sure which way he went after that.
Oh, you seen him? That means he's alive. Oh gosh. Well, that's good news. That's good news.
Jak smirks a little bit and steps towards Felix, and he just kind of walks up nonchalantly, doesn't ask, and he's gonna just reach in and grab his wrist, and he's gonna hold up to look at his bracers. So you killed that bear?
Oh yeah, I didn't put up too much of a fight.
Did you do anything else to these? Is he still holding your wrist up?
Oh, yeah, I've done all kinds of things to this suit. I mean, we've been working on all kinds of things back in Memoria City. We're trying to just, rebuild everything and reconnect with, the other cities on the island. I've been really busy since I saw you guys. I'm really surprised to run into you here.
Who sent you out here?
I sent myself out here. I'm on an important mission, actually. Looking for some special wood. I need to bring it back to Memoria City so we can work on our boats.
Boats, you say?
Yeah, they need this wood for repairs.
Well, our paths have crossed, and hopefully they stay intertwined for but a moment, so we can help each other out then.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. If you guys wouldn't mind helping me out, I need to find this wood. Like I said, it'll help everybody back in Vamoria City, and then perhaps I can help you with whatever brought you out here in the first place.
Well, I would say first things first, since one of these is probably on a time crunch. Jak will kind of turn to Dana. This is Felix Tinkerspark, and we go a few weeks back, not way back, but he's an ATLAD, and he's trustworthy, and he apparently has ran into your friend, so maybe we can go off of whatever information he has and hopefully find this brown hooded figure faster.
You see Dana straps her bow safely over her shoulder and kind of takes a few steps towards you, Felix, just down the steps a little bit, about 10 feet away, and just kind of bows to you. It's surely nice to meet you, Felix. If you're as good as these other folks, I'm sure we'll get along just well.
Felix extends his hand out and says, well, it's a pleasure to meet you too.
As he walks over and bends over down and shakes your hand.
All right, well, where are the others? Just up the hill there?
Yes, you're gonna see Darius, and you're going to see Mastos, and I don't.
Oh yeah, Mastos. I heard about him. I ran into Thork a little while ago, and he gave me a little bit of an update on what you guys have been up to. But to be honest, I didn't expect to run into you. But yeah, I'd love to talk to everybody again. Let's head over.
Jak's gonna put his hand on Felix's shoulder. Before you run in there all gung-ho and happy to see everybody, I feel like you should be informed.
Oh, we can. Felix just starts walking towards them and says, "No, it's all right. Let's just get up there, and I just really want to see everybody. I don't want to wait a moment longer. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you guys."
Atlas is dead.
Felix just stops mid-stride.
So, as you guys are having this conversation, Darius, you hear the conversation as it starts behind you. You want to do anything while the conversation's happening?
So I would know it's Felix?
You would hear, yeah, you'd recognize his voice for sure.
Okay. What progression would Mastos have made into the
So
mysterious
Mastos,
air hole?
he has made his Snake Most has made his way down to the dark room. Basically just taking in kind of the description. You got a desk, some papers on the ground, unlit torches. It's completely dark. He can only see 10 feet with his ability, so he doesn't see very much.
Okay, I'm going to cast message then. I'm just going to be like, Mastos, is it like, what's going on? We need to come back up.
And you like see my little tail like flick again, but it's slowly coming back up the stairs.
So there's a giant constrictor snake that is currently down these spiral stairs that are going down in the ruins. So Mastos starts making his way back. You see him. You see his tail kind of move in response to your message. You can tell he's starting to come back up.
Okay. Can he? I know he can talk. Can he communicate to me with? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna ask if he's safe, and then tell him to just meet me down the hill if he responds that he's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm safe. I'm just going down these stairs. The
Okay,
stairs aren't a problem for Snake Most.
Okay. Make your way back up and then come down the hill. There's an old friend here.
That okay? Backing up as a snake's a lot harder than it looks. Okay, so just
You know, it might be easier if you
Give
just
me a
turn back into yourself and walk up the stairs.
and you like see the tail stop moving, and then just slowly disappear into the stairwell as I transform back up to Mastos and walk up the stairs.
So as you see the tail retract, which you assume Mastos turning back in to himself, this is when you hear Jak say the statement, "Atlas is dead."
He's
Come
just
on.
he's just gonna yell, "Jak!"
Oh, you're like enough for me to hear you?
Yeah,
see
it's only
you?
20 feet up on the rocks. Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to get all excited now and then have that moment, so let's get it out of the way now.
I'm gonna quickly make my way down.
And Felix stops, and he doesn't turn back to face Jak. He just kind of stares straight ahead and says, like his battery's dead. Like, just needs to be recharged."
Like his dad showed up, and there were some guards for Centaurium, and he told Atlas that he needed to come with him, and Atlas went. And whatever he saw inside that flower made him go willingly. And he took Atlas and ran about 10 feet away into those guards, and Atlas detonated and blew up.
Would I be there by now?
Yep.
So I actually cut him off. I'm like, Atlas didn't detonate. I tried to stop him. I knew something was wrong. But he just kept saying it was okay. And remember the flower that he found at Jonas's?
Yeah.
Elias handed him another one. And he looked at it. And then he went and said goodbye to everyone. And he told me it was okay. They were going to go and switch his power core out. That's what Elias said. That they had found a way to extract it so he could have a normal power core instead of whatever was in there. I tried to stop him, and he went with him, and then he pulled out this device that attached to Atlas, and Atlas shut down, and he just told us to run as he ran towards the other guards. And then they were vaporized. There wasn't even anything left of him.
While they're talking, Jack's gonna thank Tareen to kind of wander over to Felix and stick her nose up under his hand as a sum of comfort.
Yeah, she slowly makes her way over.
Well, so is that the plan? Is to fix him then, right? Like we fixed him before, right? So you just gathered him up, right? We're just going to put him back together. Jonas, I'm sure, knows a way. We've done a lot of things to Memoria City. My inventions have gotten even better. Why don't you let me have a look at him?
There's nothing left. It was liquid metal on the ground. I couldn't even touch it.
No, you can't be right. There's got to be a way to put him back together. He's too important.
And Darius, his head just falls and he turns around.
At this point, Mastos, you come to the top and you see kind of at the top of Darius's head as he's going down the hill towards the bottom. You can hear talking. You're muted.
I knew that. I was just talking to myself there for a second. I didn't say I was going to cautiously come up and listen. I don't know who's here.
Okay. So you kind of hang back at the top of the hill.
Yeah, all shy like.
Felix just hangs his head and stares at the ground and just says, "Can't be. We saved him. How could this happen?"
Whatever Dr. Elias showed him, he just started stripping himself of possessions and then went with him. Jak kind of flexes his symbol of sparrow attached to his cloak.
And Felix turns silent, but you can anyone standing in front of him would be able to see tears begin to run down his cheeks as his right hand clenches into a tight fist and starts to shake. And Felix turns to face the closest tree and runs at it as hard as he can. Using the charger feat, he makes an attack on the tree with all the force that he possibly has. He punches this tree trunk.
Tree trunk automatically shatters. You see this almost circular form just shoot outwards as the rest of it just splinters into pieces all around.
You hear the thunderous boom of Felix's gauntlets that you haven't heard in a while, as the tree shatters into splinters, and Felix just punches right through it, and then just slams the ground. Ah! Should have been there.
Trust me. There's nothing you could have done.
Dana starts walking up slowly to Felix. I'm sorry for your loss, Felix. I lost someone too. I only knew him for a short while, but I feel part of your pain. I'm so sorry. She puts her hand on your shoulder.
Felix nods and wipes the tears away as he stands, still hanging his head, and says, thank you. I just wish I could have done something. Could have been there. Anything. Felix turns now to face the group again and says, these people that did this, where are they?
They're gone. It was A.T.L.A.S. It was his creator.
Why would he do this?
Look, man, this literally just happened. Like, I don't have any answers. I don't know why, and there was nothing left.
It must have. I told Jak, but I saw Thoric recently. It kind of gave me a bit of an update on what you guys have been up to, but he didn't tell me about this.
He didn't know. Like I said, it just happened. He wasn't with us. It was just us. And there was a fight that my father was trying. He wanted A.T.L.A.S. for his power core, and that's why A.T.L.A.S. said it was okay, that this was for the better. But I don't know. It happened so fast, and I knew something was wrong. I tried to stop it. I even gave him my cloak, and when he turned around and took it off, I knew something wasn't right, and it was seconds, Felix. I didn't even have a chance. And you see, Darius holds up his arm, and a device wraps around it, and it almost looks like there's almost like a little blaster on his hand. I didn't have time to pull this out, and then a blade comes out of it, and it's glowing purple energy.
I understand. I know you did everything that you could. I know that you would have. I know both of you would have. We were all a team. I know you wouldn't have just let this happen. I'm just sad.
Me too.
Well, we can still honor Atlas, as much as it pains me. And Jak kind of walks up behind Felix and he gives him a hug. I think there's ways we can carry on his legacy. He did say he would be back. I don't know what the plan is, but I trust Atlas. And whatever he saw that made him willing to go, it must have been real.
I guess he made his own choice. And I'm sure, as you said, there was a good reason. But yes, we can honor him.
Just don't tell him that I hugged you. And Jak steps back.
Your secret's safe with me, Jak. Don't worry.
Well, I'm sorry I found out this way, but what happens next, everybody? What do we do?
Well, it sounds like we both have reasons to be here. Why don't we help each other out since we're together again?
Why are you here?
Oh, I talked to Jak about it, but I'm here to get this wood to bring back to Vimoria City to do some repairs on the boats that we have there. We've been doing a lot of work to fix everything up. I actually drew up these really interesting plans to turn the mansion into a watery palace, but Jonas doesn't think it's such a good idea, so we might not be going ahead with that one.
You see Darius's eyebrow twitch. Oh, right. Yeah, I missed you, buddy. And he just like ruffles his hair.
But the other plants are moving along nicely, and we've been establishing trade routes with some of the other cities, which is going well for us. Clearing out the mine and gathering resources. Everybody's been a really big help with everything. We did clear out the mansion as well. Those former experiments that were in there, we freed them, and they chose to stay and help us as well. And Armin, Curtin, Seraph, everybody's been helping out with all the efforts back at the city. So it's been going along really well.
I'm not surprised. You can fix stuff in an instant. And then I actually pull out my loot because I don't really use the sword in it anymore. But then I use the unsheathing thing. Like, look at this, man. This is incredible. And I slide it back in.
Yeah, I was really proud of that one. But it's not just me. It's everybody. But I feel like I found my place. I have a good purpose with helping out the city. So that's what I'm out here to do. But I can help you guys out while our paths are intertwined for now anyway.
Sure. Even if this mystery wood happens to be wherever we're going, we can help you too.
Well, it's supposed to be not too far from here. There's an area that has these strange spiders. It's what I was told about. I wasn't too keen on the idea. I've had some weird experiences with spiders since coming to this place, but
Gross.
That's what I need to do, so...
Okay.
Well, we were about to go down some stairs in a place that we had to open with magic. But if I'm assuming Mastos, if he didn't see anything shiny, he's probably back. And then we can try to find this hooded figure for Dana.
Sure,
Mastos,
we could...
Mastos, you trying to hide at the top, or are you openly visible to the group below?
I like to actually come down but before I come down the hill, as I see Darius and Jak talking and Dana, I didn't forget her. Talking to this stranger. I am going to slowly crouch on all fours and shift into Foxmos and come from bush to bush, sneakily keeping my eyes on what's going on down there as I walk towards the group.
Okay, yeah. You openly see this Saytr at the top of the hill quickly transform into this small white fox as he starts hopping down the rocky hill down towards the group.
That must be your new friend, Mastos, right? Is he just
Yeah.
patrolling the perimeter, or?
He probably saw something shiny.
Well,
He's one of those, and then he like gives him that like, you know what I'm talking about?
He's interesting, a bit different. We ran into him actually right after we left Memoria City.
Yeah, Thor told me briefly a little bit about him. He turns into animals. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think he's a druid, or at least he was taught by them or raised by them or something. He's also from the Fae. He also, so the guy that gave me this, and I pulled the wrist thing up again. He was one of his, I don't know what the term would be, followers, disciples, I don't know.
Soldier.
But they're from the Fae.
Wow, that's so fascinating. I don't know a whole lot about the Fae, to be honest with you. I couldn't find a lot of books on that.
It's hard to find a lot of books about anything in our world these days. It's weird. Oh, speaking of books, I'm going to pull the... Oh, wait, no. Jak has it right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jak's actually reading a book that about all the different gods that used to be around. It was interesting to read through.
Oh, wow. I didn't know Jak read a lot of books that didn't have pictures in them.
I don't, but it turns out Lego is a god, and I was talking to him very casually, and I even insulted him at one point in the conversation. So now I need to read about every god, so I don't do that.
No, I mean, that seems like a good idea. At first, I was going to ask if that was how the god punished you, was by making you read this book.
No, Darius punished me.
I'm pretty good at that.
All right, well, you said you guys were checking someplace out, right? Did you want to go there now, or?
Was the whole... Mastos?
You see Foxmos bouncing down between the rocks.
Mastos?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is Felix.
And I like Fox look up, twist head. Felix?
Yeah, that's me. Hi.
And I like Cheshire cat slowly turn away and go between Darius's legs.
What are you doing?
Hi. And I just sit behind Darius.
Darius lifts one leg and like moves over. Like, why are you under me?
Well, I don't know if you were just patrolling the perimeter, but I think I've secured things pretty well. We should be safe in this general area anyway. There was just that bear a little ways back, but well, there's not that bear anymore. But
That bear?
You see me going like...
And I look over at the tree that has a hole through it.
Anyway, I heard that we were gonna go check a place out.
Oh, right. Yeah, the hole up there, Mastos. Was it safe?
I don't know. You stopped me from going all the way down.
Was it safe where you got to?
I look down at myself. Yeah?
Okay. Well, I guess we go explore that place.
All right. Well, Wow, this is just like old times. We're going underground somewhere. We always seem to be doing that for some reason. I hope we don't stay down there for a whole week.
We just came back from a city that was underground too.
Yeah, there's a lot of underground places in this world we seem to be led to.
Well, I find it pretty comforting myself, so.
Almost dungeon-like.
And Dana speaks up like, well, I do like exploring. I do. But if we had to unlock that place, you think my hero's down there?
Well, if it's the same guy that I saw, I mean, probably not. I don't think that's the way that he went, but.
But if we had to unlock it, there might be something valuable down there.
Like knowledge.
Also true.
Well, as I say, it was owned by the Caterva a long time ago to hold the relics. So if the goblins didn't take it all, then there might be something. But I'm worried if my friend, my hero, if he'll be okay if Villian and Sunak are still following. I might press on. I feel responsible for him.
We were
Darius.
catching up. She has a point.
Darius's eyes jet to Jak to see his reaction when she says that.
Jak
Well.
removes the food from his mouth and replies,
Exactly.
Swallow.
Well, if she wants to go, I say we continue on with her. I would probably feel indebted as well.
Okay, so we're going with her, not with Felix, or are we dragging Felix with us? Like, because I don't know if those paths line up. I don't know where she's going.
well, where
What's
are these
a-
spiders you're supposed to go? Are they down here? And she points to the ruin at the top.
I think so. I got a little bit off course. Doing something earlier with your friend, but anyway, maybe why don't we try going that way and see if that's where it is?
Well, Jak, you were the best at kind of tracking. What do you think? You think he would have went in here, or do you think he would have continued?
Well, give me a minute. And Jack's going to see if he can sweep the area for any kind of footprints that looked similar to the brown robe guy.
Oh, wait a minute. Have you got magic, Felix?
Sort of. It's like manufactured magic, we'll call it.
Okay. Well, is there any way? Well, actually, Darius, you have magic too. Can we do anything with this? And she pulls out this little, it's a ripped piece of the brown robe. Is there any way to use this to find him?
Not any way that I have. With my tech.
Keep calling.
What?
You know what you're doing.
Well, it's just a
Darius,
thought.
he like puts his hand on the Atlas or the ATLAD. Oh, I'm gonna call it the Atlas bag because that was his intent. And you're like, I did want to use this for something else, but. And he reaches into the bag and he pulls out a scroll. If you give me that, I can probably use this to find them. There is a chance that it could fail, though, and that's only a one-time use.
What exactly will it do? Will it tell you where he is?
It'll show me him. That's all I really know. I've never used the spell before, just know kind of the basics of it.
Well, it's up to you. And if it's precious, I don't want you to use something if it's precious to you.
Like, the more I think about it, and I've already talked to someone about it, it's probably not even going to work. Because the person I wanted to use it on is probably protected from it.
Right. Well, if you want to. And she hands you the ripped brown piece of robe.
Takes it. Sits down. He's like, "This will take me a bit."
Jak turns to Felix. Darius really had an effect on A.T.L.A.S. He started lying to everybody. He told everybody his name was Darius, and it was we got in a lot of trouble because of that. It was a pretty interesting turn of events.
I can almost picture it now. Hi, my name is Darius, and I tell lies.
That's about how it went, most likely.
Pretty good.
That sounds like Atlas. Ah.
I wish I could have met him. Y'all speak so fondly of him.
He was truly one of a kind. It's really, words could never do justice to what the experience of knowing Atlas was like.
Well, some that believe in certain things may say that he's gone to a better place.
Automaton heaven.
Do machines go places?
He
Well,
went to a lot of places.
I think it's more about what's inside than what's outside, wouldn't you say?
Sure.
Felix, tries to be respectful, but his face is very loud in terms of his disagreement with that belief. But he's like, yeah,
Oh, right.
absolutely.
Felix, there's so much you don't know. Atlas might have actually had a soul.
Dana turns her head too.
Yeah, so there was this whole thing where Elias, Atlas's father, and his son Gideon were doing this thing with the grounding spheres, and the grounding sphere messed up and exploded, and the energy hit Gideon, and then Atlas woke up. So my theory is that it fused Gideon's soul into Atlas's body, and that's why he was as unique as he was.
That sure would explain a lot of things about, as you said, how he was.
Mm-hmm.
I never could really figure him out, or how anybody could have created him.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that was something I wanted to find out with him. I was even going to study magic until I could find something to try and turn him back. But I guess I can't do that now.
Well, anyway, any luck in figuring out where this man went?
Oh, yeah, I was scrying. I forgot.
All right. So using the what's your spell save DC?
15.
Okay, here we go. So, as you read over this scroll, and being a spell that you have never even seen before, at the beginning it seems quite challenging. Deciphering the incantation, you start to try and you have to repeat a few phrases until it clicks, and as you get about a third of the way through, you just feel this fluid, almost like a song, start to come through your mind, and it turns into almost like you're reading musical notes, and you just breeze through it, and you see the visions of these words just coming up in your head. As you do, when you look at the scroll, the image of the scroll starts to fade away. So it almost turns into a wave, like on a hot day, where it just starts shimmering. And as the shimmer starts to clear, it looks black. And the black starts to come in a little bit of light starts to shine. And as this kind of vision starts to bring outwards, you see a tree. And attached to this tree, you see it looks like a white sphere. And At the bottom of it, you see 2 feet coming out the bottom. And as you see this white sphere, it starts to slowly be growing, slowly extending downwards as you see multiple spiders crawling all over the sphere as the vision fades away.
I mean, I'm not, an expert in spiderology, but I think they got him.
What do you mean? Who got him? Filion?
Spiders.
Spiders? The spiders
I
that you're
mean,
looking for, Felix?
Maybe, but there were 2 legs and then a white sphere, and there were spiders all over that sphere. So I assume they webbed him because spiders do that. I've just never seen spiders do it to something bigger than like a fly. It was kind of disturbing.
Why does it have to be spiders again?
Maybe they're like the one creatures we dealt with that were like spiders in Vamorian City.
Oh, I know.
That's what I was afraid of.
No, they
What if
weren't.
it's
The
like
ones I saw
fly?
weren't anything like them, right? They were just, I assume, bigger than like a house spider, but
No, what you seen were tiny little spiders. They looked like
but they were just
regular
spiders, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever was on that, they looked like regular spiders that were just encircling the sphere orb thing.
All right, well, then I guess we truly are headed the same way.
I guess
They're
that's
wrapping
how
him
that-
up, and he's in danger. We gotta go.
Okay. I mean,
This friend of yours seems pretty accident prone. First a bear, and now spiders. You really should probably stay away from wildlife.
So
Must have
what
caught him off
happened with
guard.
the bear?
oh,
Anyway, which way was that again?
it's just
And I look at Jack.
just up the hill, just up there.
I think we're going down into the magic staircase.
Is that where the tracks lead?
Oh, I wasn't.
I'm confused. You seen the spider? You seen spiders? Did you see where they were?
I saw a
They're
tree.
supposed to be in the forest, not.
Yeah.
I wasn't
true.
told anything about a magic staircase.
I did
Oh.
see a tree, so
All right. Well, Jack's gonna go back to looking for tracks.
Can I smell that? I look at Dana with the brown.
when you look
Uh,
at me,
Oh, you have the cloth.
Yeah, I tried to scry on him with it.
So, can I smell it?
and I hold it out.
And can I roll for?
Sniffy perception.
Yes.
Can I roll
Sorry, I
for
was looking-
survival?
I was looking for dice because my dice are back there, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to get up.
So, yeah, you can do your sniff check.
Sniff Jack.
Jack, if you're rolling, so what exactly, Jack, are you specifically looking for?
Jack was looking for footprints,
Okay. Yeah, you can roll your survival check.
and specifically the footprints he's already familiar with from the man that has the smaller feet and the brown cloak.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
And I rolled a dirty 20.
20.
16.
Okay.
Oh, but I have advantage, so.
Yeah, you do on your sniff checks.
Yep.
So Jack, while you see Mastos put this piece of robe on the ground and start shoving his nose into it, you scout the area, and you can read some tracks.
Oh wait, I have advantage as well.
Well, I just rolled a nat 20 on it.
Why do you
I
have
didn't
advantage
roll
on
any
your
better.
survival? Because of the region?
Yes.
Yeah, figures. Stupid strangers.
Continue. Sorry.
So was your advantage roll any higher than that?
No, the second roll was a 13.
So yeah, you go over the tracks to the side. You go to the main path. You go up and down the rocks. And you can track even from a couple of days. And you, other than the people in your party right now, you do not see any other tracks that lead to or from this outpost.
Perfect.
Mastos, you get a whiff. You sink in that you take in all the smell units that you can with a big deep breath. And wherever this person is, they're not near here. You can't seem to connect the scent to anything nearby.
Oh. Well, they're nowhere near here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything either. Sounds like we're gonna have to backtrack.
Well, last we seen them was at that campsite, but that was quite a ways.
Was the bear after the campsite? Well, I know where the bear is at, as does Felix.
The bear was after the campsite.
I'm sure, Jack, that the bear has moved on, and there's no sense in going where it was.
Oh no, heavens no! That thing was toast. Like,
I'm looking over at the tree.
Felix didn't even like have to stab it. Whatever he did, like
What?
ruptured
Is he-
its
Is he
insides.
within range of me?
Yeah, you're all quite close together. Yeah.
While he's talking, I am going to slap him.
Okay, roll to hit.
Do I add anything?
Yeah, it's just an unarmed attack.
This would be your strength.
Yeah. Your mic's very directional. When you're not pointing towards it, we don't hear you.
I wasn't talking. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, but
Faintly.
it's quiet.
Oh, fuck, really? It keeps auto-adjusting. I don't know why.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's because I was also yelling. But watch. Here we go. La 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 la. There you go. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So my unarmed strike says I have +2 to it, where my strength is -1. So I got a 21.
21. Okay, yes. So you do indeed slap Jak in the face. You take one damage.
Is it one though? Because
No,
I would
it's-
deal 0.
It's actually 0. It says damage.
It's your
is 0
minus
for unarmed
strength, yeah. I think it's legit minimum 1 though. I don't think you
Okay.
Undefined.
So Darius does indeed Jak hit you in the side of the face.
And he has like this, like, shut the fuck up, man. Look on his
I'm just
face.
shocked by what's going on.
And Jack's like still talking and admiring what he did, and he feels the slap, and he's like, kind of looks at Darius to the side for a second, and the bear died, and then he slowly starts to turn to Mastos.
And I turn my. Oh, what? Yeah.
I can gather
had a big hole in
information.
it.
I can gather information on footprints of the area where there's not a deceased animal. And then he winks at Darius.
Dana kneels down beside Mastos, seeing him kind of getting flustered. It's okay, sugar. It's the circle of life. You know, animals will feed on the bear. They need to feed the families, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's just curious that it just died. There's a big hole in its chest. Like it exploded.
Well, I think that's a mystery for another day. We got more than enough to deal with, yeah? Gotta find my hero. Gotta come back and see what magical things we can find in here. And the forest on the way. You like a forest, don't you?
Oh, and my tail just goes. Yeah, yeah, I do.
All right, that's more the Mastos that I like to see. And gives you a little pat on the head.
I just trot off. Not in any specific direction.
You're muted.
And angry.
Well, so what am I
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god. Hold on. Okay. Oh, it's lowering again.
It is doing it again.
Hold it. I'm gonna hold it. Yeah. So he just does that. And he just wanders off. You should probably stop him though, because he will just keep going.
Like trotting.
Should we put a leash on him?
When she
No,
says that, Jack's gonna snap his grapple out onto Mastos.
All right, we'll attack.
16.
16. You definitely hit Foxmos with your
Yay.
grapple hook. And yeah,
if-
you whip it around.
Yeah, expertly kind of around his neck to make a light leash.
Okay, Foxmos, you feel the grapple hook from Jak immediately just lightly go around your neck. All right, all right.
Unnecessary.
Settle down, Jak. No need for that.
Oh, I was gonna offer to walk him.
I transform back. Get up on hind legs and go to put my little paws up towards my neck, and I slowly come back into Mastos.
As he starts transforming, he would pull his grapple off of him.
All you have to do is ask.
Well, if you saw something shiny, we would never see you again.
No, I would tell you guys. And then I would obviously go towards it. But so where should we backtrack to? We need to find these tracks. I can go from above. Can I?
We're gonna go to the
Oh,
bear.
yeah. That's right. I forgot you can fly, right? Almost.
Maybe if I rest.
Well, what do you want to see from above? What are we looking for?
Signs of
Thank you.
anything.
Yeah, either my hero or the spiders.
Oh,
Well, I
Oh,
guess I can
I
see.
know.
I can see what
Mhm.
if there's anything to see from up there. I guess. And
I can always talk to the trees.
Felix kind of like squats down for a minute, and you see his boots begin to glow and like a spark ignite, and he launches up into the sky.
Dana immediately jumps back. What?
So yeah, I'll fly up towards the tree line and have a look around, see if I can get a better spot anything better from his higher vantage point.
Yeah, for sure. You guys see Felix just shoot out this circular dust, just poof. You see the mud and rocks just spill out of the way as he jettisons up into the air. So while you're up there, roll a perception with advantage with that extra height.
13.
13. So as you kind of survey the area, you've got a good bead on where you backtracked from where the bear was when you were looking for this this person, trying to find them again. But you see northwest of the hill of ruins that you guys are at, you see a change in the foliage. You see the kind of the bright trees, this healthy appearance of a forest start to fade into a darkness. It doesn't look like the trees are dead per se, but there definitely looks like a change in the foliage northwest from you. Probably you're gauging maybe about an hour by foot maybe to get there from where you are currently.
All right, I'll fly back down, and as Felix comes back down to the ground and his rocket boots kick out, Felix lands and does the like superhero like landing on like one
on a
knee,
knee
one
with a
hand.
fist.
Yeah, he does. But then he like kind of like wobbles a little bit and like catches himself with like his left hand, and Felix is like, "Ah, damn it, I've really been working on that one.
Hey man, it looked cool. You're good.
Just needs a little bit more work. Anyway, I think the area we're looking for is to the northwest. We'll probably get there maybe about an hour without distractions.
you have any more of those boots to spare? That was pretty good.
No, these are the only ones. There was a lot of mishaps before I produced these ones, just so you know.
I'm just picturing Felix in the scene in Iron Man when he activates the boots.
More repairs in Vamoria City.
There's like a flashback of Felix crashing through Jonas's roof, and Jonas is just looking at me like, "Oh." Anyway, shall we?
Okay.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
We got another bead. I'm so excited. I really want to make sure he's okay.
As we start to walk, Felix raises his left gauntlet, and the bracelet around it just glows faintly. And Felix does like a motion, and you see the metallic horse just start walking towards the group and traveling with them.
As this happens, you see, while this has all been going on, you see Reen has backed herself up to beside the horse, and you can see her kind of like straighten herself up almost and try to get to kind of the same height, and she's kind of like keying up the thing and putting her wings out a little bit and doing a little bit of a heavier step beside it as the horse walks.
Nice.
She is so your dragon, Jak.
Arena and I do have a bit in common.
All right, so who's leading the way? Felix?
Yeah, I will lead the way.
All right. Okay, you can roll just a general perception as you head out in that direction.
8.
I would like to try to impose disadvantage on Felix's perception check, because as they start walking, Jak's going to start yapping to him. So we went into town the other day, and turns out this gauntlet may be magical because I had to take it off for a big town meeting. And then I was thinking, did you do something to this? Or did Garrick do something to this? Or do you know what this is? Check this out. And he's going to, like, as he's walking, he's going to pick up a random stick and he's going to stick it inside his gauntlet and shoot the ground, not a tree.
All right, yeah. Felix is definitely interested in what Jak is saying. So the disadvantage roll, I actually got a 6 now.
Hey!
Perfect.
Felix is just like paying attention. Like, wow, that is so cool. That's so interesting. Wow.
As he
And
shows
in
it to you,
case- Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, so as he kind of shows it to you, so roll an investigation.
26.
26. Not too shabby. Yeah, so as you look at it, you don't notice any difference in modifications from when you previously seen him use it. And you can tell that you don't see any indications of any types of enchantments applied to this. It just looks like an excellent piece of machinery this developed. You don't seem to find anything you would indicate would be any of like the works that you do with your items. You don't see any of that here. It looks like just a really excellently developed mechanical device.
Wow, that's so fascinating. Where did you say you got this from again?
The old sage from my island. He, I'm assuming he made it, but I just thought it was weird because when we were in town, they made me take it off because something was saying it was magical, but I don't think it's magical. But I do think it's interesting. I can stick, and he like sticks. He like shows him a stick, and he slowly inserts it into the gauntlet, and then it fires like a regular bolt.
Has anybody tested it for magic?
I don't think so.
Didn't I identify it?
You cast Identify on it. Yeah, you couldn't discern any
Yeah,
magic
I
from
did.
it.
I couldn't get anything from it. Yeah. I tried to. Actually, after we left, I took your example, and I can actually identify items now, and there is definitely magic in it, but it's not anything I understand.
Well, I can take a look at it when we stop at some point.
That's fine. I just figured you'd be interested in that.
I am very much so. When we stop to rest at some point, I'll take a deeper look at it and see if I can discern anything else.
Okay. And if you ever are on your way back to Senecallum, as he like his gauntlet like retracts back down, we have a house there now.
Oh wow! At some point, I'll check it out. I don't have plans to go back and visit there anytime soon. I need to get back to Durham once I finish what I came out here for. But I'm sure my travels will take me there again at some point.
All right. And then Jak kind of like takes like one step back to let him go back to leaving.
Yeah, Felix, you kind of like look around and you kind of scratch your head for a second and be like, okay, which way was it, left or right? Just start heading out. Dana kind of perks up when you said, what, you got your own house, Jak?
I guess so.
It's our house.
Carmen gave us a house. I felt like it was a temporary place, but they did say we could come back whenever we wanted, and we're like the heroes of the town, and we're the only reason that town survives.
Wow. You didn't tell me all this, Jak. You'd be holding out on me.
Jak's chest slowly starts to puff up a little bit. Yeah, I bested a lightning demon out in the Fae. You know,
Darius is
usual
gonna
stuff.
walk up, put his arm around Jak. Yeah, and remember when you killed that kid?
Dana stops in her tracks. A
That's-
demon kid?
Yes, and that.
Nope. Was not a demon kid. He's
Jack's
Darius. This is
staring-
revenge for the bear thing.
Jak
Definitely
starts-
wasn't a demon kid. Poor innocent child.
That is well and not dead.
No
and then we
thanks
met
to Jak.
Dante. Then we met Dante, and let me tell you, Dante is cool. Like whoever this hero is that we're looking for you, I'm starting to think Dante's my hero.
He has
Hey.
a crush on him.
Could he have been Dante? Is that my hero? Could it be Dante? Is that a possibility?
Oh, I don't think Dante would be wearing a brown cloak.
Was Dante wearing a cloak when he left us?
He was wearing a black cloak.
Okay.
And Dante probably would have bested Villian and Sunak in like 12 seconds, because I'm pretty sure that's how long I lasted.
That's usually how long he lasts.
What did you say, Darius?
Oh, nothing.
Is Mastos staying in Foxmos or regular Mos or what's?
No, I was regular Mos.
regular Mos.
I
Okay.
transformed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So Felix is leading you guys through here. Anybody need to do anything specific on the journey through? This is a densely forested area. You're not coming across a lot of clearings, and currently you don't see anything that looks like a forged path per se. So you're kind of just heading in a direction that Felix knows roughly the change in foliage is happening. Anybody want to do anything specific?
I'm just gonna fill Felix in on everything with me, like that I've learned about my father and Demantrum. I guess I actually have to tell him because he
Yes,
doesn't
you
know
do.
this stuff.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to go wash my hands. BRB.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Felix, I made a pact with an archfey. His name's Demantrum.
Oh, that's an interesting choice. Darius, what are the terms of your agreement?
You know, well, I mean, okay. So when I was born, my father, I know about the blood now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. My father injected me, and apparently, like other kids, with his blood and Demantrum's blood, which is why he was able. Jonas also actually is bonded to him. I don't know if she showed you that.
No, she hadn't mentioned it. How long has she known about that?
Oh, I don't know. We only talked it was like a day or two ago that we talked to her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was only a day or two ago that I found out, which kind of led me to reach out to him, and then he told me a bunch about my father, who is a horrible person who's trying to potentially bring about the end of the world. Yep.
So many people trying to end the world.
Yeah. Except he might actually be able to do it. He's trying to bring back the old one. Do you know anything about the Sanguis?
Would I know anything about that?
So roll a history.
$19.
Yeah, so he recognized this to be one of the like the original gods that was essentially banished from the mortal plane. And the connection being that the sanguine kind of crystals that give power are said to be the remnants of his blood that's been crystallized over the centuries, and that's why it has power embedded within it. And Sanguis is referred to as the old one in a lot of texts.
Yeah. I have read about it in a couple books.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
mean, I
sound
don't.
good.
No, that's all I know too. He doesn't sound like a good dude, and I don't really know much about. Oh, wait, no, you knew we had the sanguine. Never mind. So yeah, I don't know why he wants to bring him back either. There's so much about my past that I don't fully understand, or even me, for that matter.
Well, at least you're starting to unravel some of it. You already know a lot more than you did
It's true.
when we last met.
Yep, and so that was why I made the deal. He told me he would help restore my memories if I helped him get his children. And then he like gestures to Mastos. This is one of them.
Wow, it's so funny, the whole world broke apart in all these islands, but sometimes the world just feels so small.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been my life, and losing Atlas.
Well, I mean, I've been really busy too. As I said, everything with Memoria, we cleared out the mansion and have been trying to fix it up. The lab's functional in there. We cleared out the mine so that we can get more resources out of there, and we also cleared out the docks, which is actually why I need this wood to work on repairing the boats, so that we can open up more routes that way. But I've been to Snaculum and talked to people there, and we've come to a trade agreement there. And as I said, most recently I was in Durham, and that led me here. So I've been keeping pretty busy and working on my gauntlet and my suit and everything else. Like I said, I feel fulfilled. Like this was the right choice for me.
It sounds like it was. Question though, how? Huh?
Have
Go
a lot
ahead.
of people showed up at Vamorian City?
Not a lot more people. Just traders now and then.
Okay.
How do you plan on making the ship sail? Because there's a problem with that.
I know that's why I need this wood.
Oh, this wood.
Apparently, it'll do the trick.
Oh. Well, I guess we should get some then. Wait a minute. And you see Darius get like this like mischievous smirk on his face, and he looks at Mastos and he's like, "Can't you make plants grow bigger?"
Mm-hmm.
So what if we found these trees that you need, and then he makes them even bigger? That'll produce more wood for you.
What do you mean produce more wood for him? Well, if you're
Well-
asking for the tree, you have to ask them.
Okay. Well, you can ask for us. I'm sure you can be persuasive.
Yeah, well, that sounds really helpful, because then if they're even bigger, then we could harvest even more wood for them that we're going to use to repair and build our boats. That's fantastic.
No, Mastos just disconnected.
See,
He was
he
so mad
agrees.
about
Let's
the
let's move on.
trees.
He was distraught.
Yeah.
It was too much.
No, the trees.
The bear was one thing, but the trees, that's going too far.
I
That was
know.
way too far.
Just give him a second, see if he clicks back in.
He messaged me. He said computer down 1 sec. So I don't know what that means.
Okay. Does anybody need a quick pee break? We can just, while he recovers and gets his computer set up.
Sure, I'll take a quick break.
I'm down.
Be right
Yeah,
back.
for sure. We'll be back in like 7 minutes.
Okay.
we have a map again.
Welcome back, everyone.
Loading Spire.
All right. So as we left off, the group were heading to the northwest towards an area that Felix had scouted out from the sky with his specialized rocket boots. After Darius scrying to try and find this brown-robed figure, see that they're being, it looks like, cocooned by spiders. So they're heading out there in the hopes that this is the area that it's in, with Felix leading the way, being distracted by Jak. It's taking a little bit longer than he expected to get there. So as you guys start moving forwards, go ahead, Felix, roll another perception. Not at disadvantage this time.
Six.
6. All right.
He's still thinking about it.
He's
Yep.
still...
That's right.
He does get distracted quite easily.
The best part is I have a +4 to perception.
So yeah, Felix still leading the way. You notice that the horse and Reen staying quite close to the horse, back at the pack. Coming up, also keeping an eye out at the back to make sure nothing's creeping up, no crazy giant bears or anything. So you guys keep pledging forwards. You reckon it's been close to 2 hours of travel now. But as you get a little bit further out, you start to feel the denseness of the forest start to open a little bit. And as you do, you come across a region where it looks like the forest's areas that's been felled has almost been felled and cut in a curving shape, almost forming a path. So you believe this path to be kind of going more to the north than to the northwest of what you felt the area was, Felix. Do you wish to follow the path or kind of continue where you felt the darkened trees were?
Is there any, having a look around, is it apparent that we maybe could have gotten off track since I wasn't fully like paying attention to where we were going?
Roll an investigation as you kind of inspect the area a little bit further and regain your
Would
bearings.
I notice him like trying to collect his bearings?
Yeah, he's very low to the ground, kind of like
It's a 27.
27.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Darius, you see him like lick his finger, put his finger up in the air. He's going over and poking the trees. And
Okay. I'm not gonna inspire him because he got a 27.
I'm very good at investigating things.
yeah, so as you kind of investigate the area a little bit more, you look at this kind of almost looks like a path, and as you look a little bit more detailed, you can tell that there are actually light tracks of a cart, probably from some time ago, leading instead to the north, leading around kind of more to the southwest and sweeping out more towards the direction that you want to go.
Okay, let's follow that then, I guess.
Okay, so you guys feel like kind of take that turn, kind of follow this kind of break in the trees as he kind of has an eye on something on the ground leading more to the southwest as opposed to the north.
Don't worry, everybody. I'm sure this is probably the way. I mean,
I do recall you saying an hour, and it's been 2.
well, you know, sometimes things don't always go exactly according to plan. But hey, remember when I led us around that mine? We never ever got lost down there.
Is this why we were down there for so long?
I think this is the way.
I can always ask for directions.
Who are you gonna ask?
Oh, not who.
Who? I asked the trees.
Oh. Felix just kind of looks at Darius like, are the trees going to tell us? And Felix is looking at Darius like,
He smirks and he's like, I told you he was raised by druids. So he does have a weird way of things, but he does get results. He says very questioningly.
As I walk forward, taking a deep breath, calming myself, ignoring everyone in the group, and listening to nature, taking it in, and I will cast Speak with Plants.
Plants.
Okay.
Plants.
Yeah, you put your hands on the ground and you utter your incantation, and you kind of see the foliage of flowers kind of lean towards you, kind of brush against your hand, against your feet. You can kind of feel the energy of the forest around you kind of just come in, and almost like you're getting a warm hug as the spell completes.
That is nice. So where were we going?
We're looking for the man in the brown robes.
The man in the brown
spiders.
robes.
we're
And
looking for
spiders.
those little spiders. They're small. There's a bunch of them. They seem terrible.
I will look for the biggest tree around.
Okay, roll a perception.
Ooh, that's not bad. 30-20.
Okay, yeah. Just about 30 seconds outside kind of the path that you are, you see this ginormous, it looks like an oak going about 40, 45 feet in the air. A thick trunk, like you couldn't even wrap your hands around this to try and hug it. It's so large.
But I can try.
Certainly can.
And I walk towards this giant oak tree of a... I just want to hug it. You got me wanting to hug it already. All right. That's what I would like. I walk towards this tree.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Collins trees.
I know. I love it.
Can anybody else hear the trees, or only Mastos can hear the trees?
Only Mastos.
Okay.
Only me.
Okay, yeah. While he's doing this, I'm just gonna like stand beside Darius and be like, "Are you sure this is a real thing that's happening?"
I'm going to be honest with you, buddy. I'm not sure that half of the stuff that is happening right now, like lately, is really happening. We have seen some crazy shit. And I will go. So you make the decision, DM. I'm going to go on and explain like the stuff with Duranic and everything. So it's going to take some time. If you want to do Tim's thing first, and then we can shift back to mine, it's up to you.
Well, Mastos, what were you gonna say next to the tree?
Because Colin doesn't want to talk.
No, it's gonna take a while. Just
No, yeah, that's fair. I was just wondering, has anyone here seen a man in a brown robe come by? Anyone particular, even besides him?
why? Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And I look back at the group. He's seen someone. And I turn back to the tree. So where'd they go?
Away from the
I'm sitting there like, okay, listening intently. Oh, he's not here anymore, or they're not here anymore. As I turn back to the tree.
Mastos, what direction did they go?
Can you tell me the direction?
roll a persuasion.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's 16. Yes, he does. As I yell back to the group.
Darius' eyes are just closed. He's like, Demantrum, give me strength.
I turn back to the tree. Can you tell me where he went? The direction he went?
Yes.
He'll tell me. And I turn back to the tree.
So as you're having this discussion, Darius, back and forth,
Okay.
explaining to Felix.
So first, when we found Mastos, he was a fox, but he was stone. He was just a statue with this other bear.
Are you?
Did someone
I'm just
say
gonna
bear?
ask, Darius, are you sure that he's not stoned right now?
I do eat a lot of good berries.
I mean, I haven't seen him do anything, but maybe he just did a lot before I met him, and now it's just a perpetual state.
Well,
But-
if you've seen him do this before and it worked, I guess.
Well, I've also seen him do it, and it didn't work. So it's really 50-50. It could go either way. I do trust him, though. He does seem a little odd, but he is very innocent, and his heart is in the right place.
On my left side.
As you say this, Mastos, you hear. Wait, that way. And you see the wrapping of ivy that's around this trunk, the leaves fluttering. And as they do, the ivy kind of like bends off the tree. And you see it start to form almost like an arrowhead pointing towards the northwest away from the path.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I wanted to talk more. Don't listen to him. He's too old man.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I have to go now, though. Thank you so much. Oh, wait. Did you see anyone else besides the Brown Road man? Was he
People,
followed?
come. Take parts of the trees further from here. Not from us, though. We're not right. They come sometimes with their cart and they get the trees. Not us, though.
Oh. Oh, not you guys. Is it okay if other people take that wood?
I don't see why not. Not that. It repairs itself and it heals again. It heals.
Oh. That's special. Oh, thank you. I'll let everyone know.
Okay.
Just seeing if I can do anything. No, I can't. I will take a bow and scamper off back to the group.
Okay. The ivy kind of flutters and just rewraps itself back around the tree.
And what direction were they pointing?
They were pointing to the northwest, kind of like where Felix was going before turning onto the path.
Okay. West. Okay. Hey, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I figured. They told me. Well, the ivy told me that it went the northwest.
All right. I guess it's as good a lead as any.
It's as good as leaf as any.
Ha ha ha. Yeah.
Also, they said the trees you're looking for, they're over there. Not these ones, but those ones, they're special. You can take them. The forest says.
Oh, well, that's good. Because I really do need that wood.
Oh yeah, it regrows.
Oh, perfect.
Get it? Because most wood
Mm-mm.
Anyway, I guess we should head that way then. Let's get moving.
Okay. Did they say anything about the spiders, Mastos?
Oh, I forgot to ask. I scamper back. Scamper.
Okay.
Scamper.
Yeah, you're back
Oh,
on the street.
Ivy. Have you seen spiders over there too?
They sort of flutter off the tree again. Spiders, lots of spiders never come out here. They gotta stick to the other trees, not us. Lots of spiders, big, small, big, small, big, small.
Yeah, not to you, but over there, yes? Lots, big, small?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And I scamper back. Dun, 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 dun. I prance, almost, like a deer.
See? You're very innocent.
Yes, spiders, lots. Over there with the wood. Big, small, big, small.
When you say big, how big?
Maybe Mastos big.
Okay, I see. I need to know if that's a maybe or if that's a yes, there are Mastos big monsters, spiders in there.
Well.
Plus
Yes.
a few spiders.
And I repeat what the leaves said to me. Big, small, and I scamper off to the northwest.
I'm going to cast message and be like, ask them if there are any bigger than, and I point to Felix. Or if they say yes, ask if there are any bigger than you.
Okay. Sorry. One more question, please. The spiders, are they big like me, or are they big like or small like him? And I point to the gnome Felix.
The ivy doesn't move, and you hear.
Oh.
There are all different sizes of spiders from time to time.
Yeah, you see, I said that to my friends, and they just asked me to ask the same question again. But like I can tell them they're big, small, all different sizes. And I yell that back to the group.
In comparison to us.
Felix just turns to Darius again and says, "Do you ever get used to this? This whole experience is very strange."
Yeah, you do. It doesn't change the strangeness of it. You just kind of shrug your shoulders and let it happen.
All right.
You know, I took him to a brothel.
While this has been happening, Dana is sitting at the back. She's actually sitting down on the ground, cross-legged, and it looks like she's been just focusing on something while this whole interaction's happening with the trees. Jak, what are you doing while Mastos is doing this and Felix and Darius are kind of observing?
Jak would probably go watch Dana, just kind of observe her.
Okay. Yeah, you watch her, and as you do, you see her kind of like mumbling words, and every now and again you see like her hands move in specific sequence of motions. So Mastos, what is your next step? Are you talking more, or are you directing the group? What's the plan?
I would like to. I think we should just go the northwest. The northwest.
All right, sounds good to me. Let's get moving. Everyone? Jak? Dana?
Darius?
I'm ready to move.
Just you say that, Dana kind of like one last kind of like flick of her eyes as if she just kind of woke up from a dream or something. Yeah, I'm ready to go, sugar. Puts her bow on her back and checks her packs. Lead the way.
Jak kind of looks at Dana. Is everything all right with you?
Yeah, I just wanted to set myself up in case I needed to speak to someone.
Understood.
Who are you going to speak to?
Well, probably one of these little birdies here. If we need some help from them, I figure they have a better view than one of these stationary trees that's in the same place all the time.
Oh. Wait, you can do that too?
Well, with a little bit of time, yeah.
Well, I can always, and I pull out. Actually, I don't pull out. I go, whoo, hoo, hoo, and my Alamos, who has just been flying around, just chilling with the forest, because I forgot I had to put him on my shoulder. But I've been transforming a lot, so
yeah.
We can always have him help.
Well, that's a great idea too.
Alamos looks at her and goes, "Whoo."
Who
Does that
yourself,
work?
sweetie? Who yourself?
To speak with animals, work with familiars.
Like, yeah. 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 So who's leading the way?
Oh, Mastos is now.
Okay. So you got Almos on your shoulder and you're heading off to the northwest?
I was gonna say, Alamos, can you fly up and let me know how close we are coming?
Ooh.
The different forest.
Woohoo! Ooh. Off he goes.
Yay! And I scamper along, and I pull out my pan flute, and I start playing my pan flute.
Okay. You can see almost not going too high to get out of line of sight, but you can catch him just in between the trees, keeping just enough visual range as he heads over in that direction. Dana starts following the prancing Mastos. What's everybody else doing?
I guess
I'm just following.
we're going with him, I guess, right? That's what we're doing.
He knows the way. Thanks to
Jak
the
reluctantly
trees.
following.
Thanks to the trees that nobody can hear but him.
And an owl who only he can hear.
So Mastos, if you want to go ahead and roll a perception as you're leading the pack.
Oh, that was almost a 1. 22.
22, awesome. So yeah, you keep kind of glancing up on Almos, making sure you're not losing track, keeping on your way. And as you do, just to your left, is about 3 or 4 minutes into this trek, and to your left, you see what looks like the underside of a cart overturned between the trees.
In the trees.
It's on the ground. You can just see the underside of it.
I forgot.
I was gonna say
the first part of that when you said in the trees. I was like, that cart went from the ground to bloop, up in a tree.
Yeah, let's turn around. We're going back to the hold.
Yeah. Matrix is glitching. There's a cart up ahead, everyone. And seems to be damaged. No one around.
Okay, do we want to go look?
Someone could be hurt nearby. We should.
Okay.
I go.
Okay. You start scampering over. Dana immediately follows. She picks up the pace a little and in case the person she's looking for is there, she kind of like trots along a bit faster. So as you get to the cart, yeah, you see it's overturned. It looks like there's some stuff scattered. And as you kind of look to the left, it looks like wherever this cart was coming from, kind of beaten path connects just off into the distance, going southwest. But as you do get a little bit closer and you look across to the other side, through the gaps in the trees, you can see the coloration of the trees start to change. Trees starting to get a little bit darker.
It's over there, and I point to where the trees seem to be getting darker.
Is it like creepy darker? Like, does it go from like you're in the enchanted forest to you're in the cursed forest?
So if you all heading over to the cart?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Mastos.
Okay. So yeah, as you get to the cart and you look through kind of where Mastos is pointing his nose towards, it doesn't look like necessarily the light or anything is changing. There's extra fog. It looks like the actual foliage, the type of tree is changing to a different type of this is live vibrance to this darker wood. As you guys get to the cart now and you kind of take a look around as you're going through, you do notice some stuff spilled out from the cart, and you see some markings on the ground, some scuffling markings on the ground, and you do see some random spider web kind of splashes around the cart and up in the trees.
Okay, so I assume we need to go in there. Is that where your magic wood is?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you might as well have a look. Felix starts walking forward and just shaking his head. It's gotta be spiders.
If you want, I can lead. I'm not too worried about a spider or two.
Well, Darius turns around and like kind of like sprinting backwards. He's like, Jak, I got this. And Felix, you see Darius grab his hood and he pulls it up over his head. And as he pulls it up, he completely disappears.
That's a pretty cool trick.
I know. And you can still hear me. And then he sprints ahead.
Okay. You guys start to see like the bushes kind of like the foliage in the bush kind of move as Darius scampers off towards the direction of the darkened trees.
As he does that, Felix is going to go say, that makes me realize that there could be other things out here that we can't necessarily see. And Felix will tap the side of his head, and this visor will go across, and I cast See Invisibility for 1 hour.
Awesome. So
I'll just have a scan around to see if I see anything other than Darius running around invisibly.
Yeah. See Darius kind of scampering with this big cheesy grin on his face, looking back at everybody, not knowing you can see him. Yeah, you go ahead and roll a perception.
14.
14. So other than Darius, you don't currently see anything hidden from you. But looking around, you do see the spillage from the cart. You do see something wrapped in there's a stack of sort of burlap material. You see some tools, some saws, some hand saws, and yeah, that's what you see.
Yeah, well, I'll go have a look at the cart and kind of pick through what's in it.
Yeah. So there's some hand saws, there's ropes, and you do see 2 pieces of this dark wood, which looks really strange. It has these, almost looks like white veins throughout it, but they're very small. They're only about 2 foot by 1 foot in length. 2 of those wrapped in this burlap.
Yeah, I want to examine it. Does it appear to be the wood that I'm looking for? What do I know enough about the wood to know if this is what I need? I would have got some kind of description.
Yeah, so what Julie explained was she gave you a good detailed description of what the wood was when she was explaining where to find these missing people. So this does look, it does tie in for what she explained to you, what it should look like.
Okay, and this, the people, like I would probably get the impression this is likely their cart then, because they have been sent out here to.
Yeah,
to
with
get the wood.
with your intelligence, yeah, you kind of figure out based on the tools and what you have here, probably is indicator it's the people that didn't return.
All right, I'm gonna raise my hand and command the horse to stop and stay by the cart, and then I want to start walking forward slowly and just behind where Darius went, and keep looking around for any more signs of this group of people.
Okay, so you're doing that, Darius. As you kind of head out, are you heading out quietly?
Yeah, once I like
Assuming?
scamper ahead, then I will stealth in.
Okay, so go ahead and roll stealth for me.
Advantage, yeah.
Yep.
Plus stealth, that's a 19.
Okay. And while you head out there, roll a perception, please.
That is a 15.
Okay. So as you get only about maybe 30 seconds in past where the group was, as you start glancing up and you see the density of these trees, the darkness start to come in, take a look up, and you start to see now these spider webs have started to connect at the top of the trees. And as you move forwards, it gets even thicker there, and it even starts to cutting out the sunlight. There's some parts where it's darkened, and you just see a little glimpse of that light starting to pierce through. But eventually you come to a spot where you look up and you see, as you scan around, you count maybe 5 or 6 of these strange white spheres. And as you glance at them a little bit closer, you can see now that it is this fine webbed material that has been wound so tight that it almost looks like a smooth surface.
Do I see any like limbs protruding from them? Like I
Scan
did
around.
in the
In the vision.
yeah.
So these look to be intact. Some of them on the ground, some of them a little bit higher up in the trees, kind of scattered without pattern.
There's no like legs or hands or anything sticking out of them?
What you see, you don't see any limbs protruding currently.
Okay. I want to approach one, and I just want to see, like, is it connected to the web system? Like, if I touch it, is it going to basically send a swarm of spiders at me?
So it does look like they're connected by webs. Even the ones that are on the ground are at the base of a tree. And the webbing is connected to the tree, and it kind of winds its way up and spreads out. So from what you can see, there's 2 on the ground, and then there are the other 3, 2 about halfway up a tree and 1 at the top of a tree, about 20 foot up. But from what you can see, it does look like this webbing does indeed connect all together.
Okay. The 2 that are on the ground, does the tree that they are by look like the tree I saw in the sky?
Roll a general intelligence check.
That one.
That one. All these trees look the same. You're like, oh, every tree here is the one that was in my vision.
Okay, well, with that, then I'm gonna go and check the. Hold on, let me see if I have fire. I have that. That's a callback since he's in the group with us now. No, I've got nothing. Nothing that I can start a fire with. Okay. You what?
Please
I
start
could
a
always
fire.
ask the trees.
I don't. Yeah. Well, you're not even here with me, so it won't matter. That scroll I used is gone now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna delete it from my inventory then. Okay. I'm gonna wait for the group to approach.
Okay, so the group back at the cart. What's everybody doing?
Felix is still slowly making his way towards Darius the way that he went.
Okay.
I'm heading towards Darius, carefree and happy.
You don't know where I am.
I don't know where he is, but I'm following my nose.
So Felix, if you want to roll a stealth for me, if you're going in there stealthily.
$19.
Okay. So Jak, you see Felix kind of slowly hunch down a little bit and start working his way out through the forest. What are you doing?
Jak, maintaining his stature, is going to just move quietly
Okay.
behind Felix.
Okay. Mastos? You're prancing
I am
into the
going
forest, right?
to- Yes, but behind Felix.
Okay. Reen currently has stayed with the horse. Jak, unless issuing any other commands, she's kind of like skulked back to stay there.
Jak's fine with that.
Okay. And what was your stealth check, Jak?
Oh, I didn't roll one. Let me
I
roll
didn't
one.
ask you to, so.
Oh, explains it. 16.
16. Okay. All right. So you guys make your way out, and as you, Jak, you're kind of last behind, going in there, and you look back, and you notice that Dana is not there. So you guys make your way through the forest. Darius, you can hear your friends coming up quietly from that direction as you wait for them. What do you do?
I will continue to wait.
I'll say if Jak noticed that Dana wasn't there, he would probably look for her.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of stop moving in and run. So go ahead and roll a perception.
19.
19. So as you look over to the right, you do see her slipping between the trees. Like she's kind of crouched down, got herself kind of covered by a lot of the shrubbery and bush as she kind of like is stealthing her way through the other side, a little bit away from the group in the direction. you're going.
Can Jak do a check to see if anything's around her or trying to follow her?
Yeah. With that perception, as you kind of glance all around, making sure she's safe, you don't see any movement or immediate danger. Obviously, from that distance, it might be hard to tell if there's something more detailed, but from what you can see, you don't see anything immediately pursuing her.
Okay, then Jak would keep moving.
Okay. Darius, you start to see Felix slowly moving through the bush, coming into your line of sight.
Okay, I will remove the hood and just be like, "Do you know how to like burn spider webs?"
Yeah, wouldn't you just use fire?
Do you have fire?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Would Jak hear that?
No, because you stayed back to look at to look for Dana.
Okay.
Mastos would. Mastos right behind Felix.
Yeah, then I would also just keep quiet because I kind of agree with it.
Agree with what?
I don't know.
He doesn't want the trees to be burned.
Yeah.
We're not saying burn the trees. We're saying burn spider web. Like we literally hold flame to it, and it goes.
It's all in the leaves, and it's all everywhere.
Is this forest dead?
doesn't look dead.
Then it's not gonna just ignite.
Jak, you come in at this stage now. You're close enough to hear the conversation.
Also, Darius is whispering. I'm not just like yelling this out in the middle
Yeah.
of a spider-infested forest.
Gotcha.
I'm just opposed to fire in a forest.
But controlled fire in a forest.
We're
Yeah.
not lighting the forest on fire.
As you guys get here, you do see now what Darius has kind of stopped. Why he has stopped. You see these two spheres on the ground, two kind of halfway up two different trees, and one high up in the tree. You all see this now.
So these are the spheres that I saw. The one I saw had legs hanging out of it. I don't know if in the time it took us to get here, they finished wrapping him. He could be
Cool.
in one of these.
Then let's just get him out. And I pull
If
out my
you-
sickle.
If you touch one of those, I don't think it's going to go well for us. You understand nature. And then Darius like points to the webs that are all attached to each sack.
But there could be people trapped in these.
I feel
What
like
good-
regardless, it's going to be inevitable that we face off against a couple of spiders.
They're just
Yeah, I-
spiders.
We don't know how big they are because you don't know how to ask questions.
You know what? For you, I will make them smaller.
I don't think you can make all of them smaller.
Jack's going to undo his new dagger, and he's going to go up and he's going to begin to cut one of the spheres.
And Darius instantly.
can't.
Okay. So Jak's attacking one of the spheres, cutting it open with a dagger. Darius
And as
disappearing.
he's doing that, I will cut the second one with my sickle.
Okay. And Felix, do you want to do anything while they're doing these?
I'll just watch. Yeah, what they're doing.
Okay. So Mastos and Jak, if you both roll attack for me, please, with your appropriate weapons.
24.
24. Okay. Roll damage for your dagger.
My new dagger.
That one.
Okay. Do not roll damage for your attack. As you take out your...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
8 points of damage. Is it slashing or piercing?
Definitely slashing.
Piercing.
Slashing.
Interesting. Yeah, got it. So yeah, you start kind of running it along, trying to dig into it. As you do put the dagger in and push hard, this textured web is a lot tougher than what you expected it to be. So you do get kind of your dagger in a little bit, kind of like pushing down on it to try and get more cut into this sphere. As you hear ping, I look over to your left and you see Mastos just swinging a sickle and it's just bouncing right off the sphere that he's trying to break into. But yeah, you make a little slice in it. Do you wish to continue?
Yes.
Okay, roll another attack.
15.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Uh, 6 points of piercing.
Okay. So as you get a little bit more elbow grease, you kind of push all your weight down in it to try and get this leverage down to the side of the sphere. And as you push and you feel it slip for a second, and all of a sudden you feel this warmth, this tingling, has hundreds of small tiny spiders just spiraling up your hand and up your arm, coming up your neck, up to your head. And we'll leave it there.
Brr.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, great session, guys.
Maybe
So
we should have
much.
burned them.
Maybe if only somebody had a way to start fire.
I could, but
I-
they
I
told me
can't.
not to.
I kind of wanted to start a fire. I wanted to see how far.
Who
and
told
quickly
you
it would
not to?
spread.
Hour.
Mastos.
Fireball.
Yeah,
Um,
that was not they. That was he.
Mhm.
All right, guys, great game, great session. We'll see you next week,
That's awesome.
Tuesday, 8 p.m. EST. We'll see you then.
Bye.
bless.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good night,
Take it
everybody.
easy. See ya.
Bye. Thanks for coming back,
Bye.
Ryan.
Yay! Welcome back,
Yay.
Felix for the win. Rocket Felix.
All right, I'm going to bed. Bye.
Bye.
Night.